Hey there! I'm Janice Dublin, a character animator, and this is Animation Admiration, a deep dive show that admires animation. In this video, I'm going to discuss the anime nobody called Dancer from Kingdom Hearts. If nobodies are indeed empty shells of people who supposedly lack emotion, then it's interesting that the dancer has both the looks and actions of a real dancer. It's one of the more well-defined nobodies and packs a lot of personality into those harsh kicks, making it quite infamous. I have talked about Dancer before in the form of a short, and in that I discussed both its idle animation and its super annoying grab attack. Let's review. The Dancer's idle animation has an oddly glitchy quality that contrasts a lot from its usual smooth traversal during battle. Its hips and arms circle through consistent arcs but are interrupted by pulses. These are actually the limbs lengthening. The knees and elbows pop outwards and the torso stretches a bit, all with staggered timing to help it flow together. Dancer's attacks focus a lot on its legs, using powerful twirls and kicks. This attack here involves us in its dance. Dancer skates low, its arms out in a V shape. Here it latches onto Sora's head and leaps over him. Well before landing, the animator jets the arms out and rotates the torso, so the dancer can waste no time dragging Sora around. Left arm lets go here, while right arm winds Sora up in front. Speed begins to contrast, Dancer curling up until the hit connects, and it stretches out with ferocity. Annoying as it is to get grabbed like this, the attack has admittedly beautiful arcs and silky smooth timing. There is certainly more to see with this nobody, so let's take a look together. Just a reminder, if you do enjoy this content, please don't forget to give the video a like. It really helps me out. Alright, we're getting started with the journal entry first again, just like last time. One thing I did want to point out about the idle animation, or rather the character itself, is the feet, because the design here is very interesting. This point here hits the legs, right? The point on the toe is so long that it hits the character's leg. And you can even see it clipping, like it's literally clipping right here. It's clipping through. That's very strange. Because as an animator, looking at this design, first thing I'm thinking is, how am I gonna move this character's legs without those feet clipping into everything? And you can see here when the heel is lifting up, it's pushing the toe in, so it's inevitably gonna hit the pant leg. And like, the design is cool and all, it's great. It's just, I don't know, I feel like it's pushed a little too far. And now I'm wondering how the animator dealt with that, like making the attack animations. Because clearly here, whoever did the idle animation, they let it clip, they just let it clip. Wow, the point in the toe is so exaggerated. It's like 90-degree angle, it's going up. I'm predicting that I'm going to see one of two things in my breakdown today. Either one, the animator completely disregards the point in the toe and lets it clip no matter what, and just does whatever actions they need to do to make the character work. Or two, I think the animator is gonna find creative ways to avoid letting it hit, which is gonna be really hard. I feel like maybe as long as they don't bend the heels, that would help a lot. I think it's possible. I don't know. But yeah, I'm very curious. One other thing I wanted to sort of keep an eye out for in this episode is the dancer's dancing style. Because the way that the dancer looks, you'd think that maybe it has like a maybe street dancing, break dancing sort of style, and like moves like this. You'd think it's like that, but also it skates everywhere. So maybe it's also a figure skating dancer. So I want to look into that combo. Let's take a look at this entrance here. So right out of the gate, it sort of skates in. It's already got this rhythm going. it like jumps into like this back skate. And the way it comes in is really smooth. Its body takes this curved shape as it's going this way. Then as it stops, you see the body is tilted more this way while the legs are straightening out. And then the legs stop and the body catches up. Also, heads up, you're gonna see Sora suffer a lot in this footage. F in the chat for Sora in my inability to dodge. So I'm not seeing it walk ever, so it never walks normally, it always skates. So it kicks off. Whoa. See, that looks like a figure skating move. Absolutely. Gliding backwards, and then the head moves first. Head first, then body goes back. And then the head leads that entire action. So there's a backwards version of this and a forwards version of this. This is the backwards one. And then here's the forwards one. Kicking off with the same foot that kicked off before, skates along, and then the head again is leading the move. Okay, I'm noticing that the heel is not lifting. So because the heel is not lifting, this point has no chance to hit. It has no chance to clip through the leg. You know what? Is that why it skates? Is that why it doesn't walk? Because of the clipping thing that I said? Oh my god. Animators. You're so clever. Hold on. No way. Because if you, in a walk cycle, the heel has to move. Like, that joint does move when you walk. Like, it has to. Unless you're shuffling or something. You know what? That's gonna be my theory right now. I'm like calling it right now. It doesn't walk because the animator is avoiding making the heel move. Let's see, we got a close-up of the kick here. It's an interesting way to walk too, because it doesn't just glide around, it does do that round kick. Like, it's always showing its sort of agility, which when it's gliding at you like this, it's like, it's kind of more threatening that way. Oh. See, here the leg is bending. The foot is tilted in such a way that the knee's going to the side of the point there. Creative ways of avoiding. It still goes through anyway. But still, it starts out good. So for this attack, it goes down. Hands on the ground. The anchoring there is a bit odd. Which you'd think, now that the hands are on the ground, they'd be like the anchor and they would stay still while the rest of its body does whatever it's gonna do. But as soon as they hit the ground, now it goes up on the fingertips and it keeps sliding, which is interesting. And there's not like a super high amount of momentum to propel the dancer forward here so that it justifies these hands sliding. It's just like, it's just standing and then whoop. There doesn't ever seem to be a moment where it just stays still. Like, always got this rhythm going. Well, lots of momentum. Goodness, what is happening? What is this? What's happening with this joint here? Legs just like burnt. What is going on? Wow, wait a minute. So that's like in the middle of the leg. Is there like a extra controller here? It almost seems like it's bending from that point. There shouldn't be a joint there. That's in the middle of the leg. Like here, like here's the knee, and then here's the foot. The ankle's right here. There shouldn't be anything right there. It genuinely looks like it's bending from some invisible joint. And then you can see it here. It literally goes 90 degrees. I'm not even sure that's necessary. Why is it doing that? Yo, that's creepy. Oh, that's definitely a breakdancing move, right? Kind of rolls itself all the way over a couple times, which must have been difficult to animate. Wow, look how far it goes. To get back up, the feet go all the way and touch the ground before it goes up into this jump. And here you see when this... No way, it is bending from there. Look. It's not even bending. Okay. I see it now. It's not bending from the heel at all. It can't. It's bending from this. There's like a second heel, and it's right here, and it's bending from that. Wow. Huh. I mean, okay, so doing it this way, because if you bent from the heel, right? So the foot goes like this. If you bent the heel up, or rather, if you bent the leg down, it would go straight into that spike, right? It would go down like that. But bending it from this point here, now you've got the heel sitting here, points there, and now the leg goes up on top of the point instead of straight through it. Huh. I was not expecting that. Genuinely, I was not expecting that. That works. See here? Just right on top of it. So it's not crashing through. That makes sense. I thought it was weird earlier, but it definitely works. That definitely works. I didn't think I'd find an extra jointed dancer today. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing it everywhere now. Look at this. Okay. So it's gonna do jump kick here. It's gonna build momentum by crouching and then jumping up, doing a spin. This time the arm is leading the action as well as the foot once it comes out. See, the arm is out. It's moving faster than the other body parts, so it's leading the momentum over. So the foot goes up. See here? It's that point again. Now the leg is going like this instead of out like this. An interesting shape too. Just this, again, this just entire foot here is just an interesting shape. And then that paired with these baggy pants. It's just a very interesting thing to have to deal with when animating. I would be kind of lost for a good while, but I would be thanking the rigger for adding this mystery joint to help make it easier. It's just like the way that it crunches is interesting. Like, and it doesn't make the move look bad. That's not what I'm saying. It's just very interesting to me. The shapes that are being made. It's just weird shapes. That's all. And yeah, this whole thing looks like a figure skating move. Lands on the back foot and does a low spin. I've definitely seen that in a figure skating routine before. It's fun the way that this particular kick has the character move around the screen. So here it goes around along that arc, goes this way, and it goes up and over. This makes a lot of pretty arcs when it does the kick. Is this kick different? Crouch is low. The crouch is really low. It's super crunched over. See really nice arcs here. It's like slow-mo through the air. Wow. Slow-mo through the air and then boom, straight to a completely different pose. It's really interesting timing. So here when it goes up, the spacing gets smaller. That means when the poses are going through, the poses are very similar. And it only moves a little bit each time. And then the spacing between this pose and this pose, wildly different, which changes the timing. See here, the poses are getting further apart. Foot's there, now the foot's all the way over here. Now it's all the way over here. Now it's all the way over here. So that's indicating the change in the speed. The end of that move kicks down here. It's going out this way. And it hits another slow-mo. This whole move is kind of like a dancer playing with rhythm, isn't it? Turns around, jumps up, hits the slow-mo. Super fast kick straight down to the ground. Now it gets out of it, hops up, and speeds up again. Lands perfectly. That's nice. But that's actually really nice. That's that's really cool. Watch me run for my life from this tackle. I'm very thankful they put that effects on this. It already comes out of nowhere, but it would even more so come out of nowhere if there was no visual indication that was this flashy. I wonder if it's a visual indicator as well as maybe it's a certain kind of power for the dancer. Maybe it's using more power for this, or maybe it's using magic. Maybe this is dancer's very own reaction command. When Sora is near, press triangle to throw him. I know I've talked about this grab earlier, but it's just kind of insane. Just the gracefulness of it. The beauty, the grace, the immense embarrassment of the person being kicked. Whoa. I don't know what this move is a part of, but look at this one here. Low sweeping kick, but the leg goes so out from the thigh here, and then the calf literally bends and stretches out. Wow, okay. I've got a lot of stretching here, which I haven't really seen yet so far. There's not a lot of stretching in dancers' moves. There's a weird, like, you know, the ankle thing, but like, as far as like stretching, like squash and stretch, there's not a lot of that. Not like the creeper or like the dusk do. So I've got it throwing its leg out to do a particularly impactful kick. Oh, here's a good look at that kick from this angle. Very pretty. Oh, look. Hold on. This foot right here. Look at the point. The point is facing that way. Like you can see the animator is literally sitting here trying to make sure that doesn't clip. Like if the knee points down this way, it'll just avoid it. That's kind of funny, but I also feel bad for the animator. Just a little bit. Okay, so here it's actually genuinely stepping. So foot down. Then the other knee bends. And then that steps as well. So it's actually stepping this time. Then it goes into that really exaggerated kick. Like the way that swings looks really nice. I really like that. And see how the body holds down here while the foot is doing its thing. And then at the very end, you see it start to turn over. That's very nice. Okay, about this kick here. So what I talked about, like, is it a figure skating move? Is it a breakdancing move? Whatever. Actually found this. You see that kick? So the momentum is built up. She's turning on one foot, so she can bring the other foot up. And brings the whole body around with the foot. She led with the top of her head, right? She led with her upper body, just like the dancer is doing. Going back, then letting the foot fly over top, but the dancer's got its arms out instead of to the sides. Very similar. That's cool. Oh, this thing I'd seen a glimpse of earlier, but I wasn't sure what it was. Okay, this one right here. I'm not sure if that's an attack or if it's just doing it because it wants to. Arms out back, and it just starts spinning. What is that? It's just styling on us. It almost reminds me of Sora's like dash, the quick dash. Maybe it's trying to dodge. It makes interesting shapes too. So now you've got this spiky shape and then the feet sort of going like that, which is a lot different than how it usually looks with the T shape. Very flexible. Okay, I want to talk about this stagger animation because it's kind of wild. Whoa. This is probably the stretchiest and most flexible the dancer has been yet. It's when it's been staggered, which is funny. The dancer is most flexible when it's falling down. The stretching on here, that's super intense. It's like swimming around. What's going on? It's here doing loop-de-loops, and then the head shoots into the floor and it boomerangs off of the floor. Oh my goodness. Genuinely, this is the stretchiest it's been this entire time that I've been looking. It's Creeper back here doing yoga. That's incredible control over the rig here. Wow. It does the typical kind of like odd flapping around when nobody's get hit, because Creeper did that too. The shapes being made here. Look at that. That's so much fun. Man, yeah, it's interesting the kind of flexibility it shows when it's getting knocked around versus when it's doing its actual dancing. It's like it's losing control. Yeah, this stagger here where it like twists around, you'd almost think it was intentional with how controlled it actually kind of seems. Just right there at the end. Cause see, it twists right into its idle animation pose. Graceful. The way it swims in the air and then just gets yeeted out off the screen. That's hilarious. And well deserved. You deserved that. Like a little fish in the air. It's a new dance move. Last big thing I'm curious about is the dancer's relation to the members of Organization 13. As I've talked about in previous videos, connections can be made between the animation of the members and of the lesser nobodies they control. Dancer is technically the minion of Demyx, so let's see if there are any similarities. And just so that you guys don't get your hopes up, I have looked at the connections in previous videos, and the connections aren't actually that strong. The Xemnas one there were a lot of nice connections, but with the other two, there wasn't that much. So don't get your hopes up. I'm not really expecting to find anything, especially because it's Demyx. Like, when you think of Demyx, you don't associate him with the Dancer. I don't think too many people do. Like, if you didn't know they were connected, you wouldn't think about it, because they are so different. So I am very curious what I'm gonna see here. So obviously there's the musical element, dancing and playing an instrument, but Demyx doesn't dance. It's kind of got that bobbing motion you do when you play. So for most of this, he's just standing there playing and you can't touch him. There isn't anything particularly standing out about his pose either. But now I'm wondering, these water things, what are these? They've got the instrument here. They've got the same kind of pose that he does. And then there's the head. So they could just be copies of him. It would be cool if the water things were like the dancers. That would have been cool. Like the dancers, but in water form. It's got this sharp feet thing. It looks like it's trying to imitate the edges of his coat. That's kind of cute. But what's this thing here? This hat? So it reminds me of Creeper's hat. Creeper has a head that's shaped like that. But why do these things have it? So we've got the same pose as Demyx. They're just sliding around. Which I guess you can say, oh, they're sliding around like Dancer slides around. That's not really interesting. Now it's stretching. It's turned into a helicopter. It looks like it went upside down. These are its feet. It's using giant hand. Why does this thing remind me? Doesn't this look like the Creeper? With its pointy legs, it's got the pointy hat. The hands do the big clasping move. Doesn't this look like the Creeper? Wow. Big if true. Demyx is actually the leader of the Creepers and the Dancers. I really don't think I'm gonna find anything, because in the Dancer uses its legs a lot. Demyx is just standing still and he's using his arms a lot. I'm kind of disappointed. Wait, and hold on, we're not done. So this is after you dispel all of the water guys, and it's just him. All these things have turned into music notes. Which again, that reminds me of the Creeper, because the Creeper can make weird shapes with its body. It can make really weird shapes with its body. Dancer can't do that. Okay, what exactly is happening here? Show Stealer. Oh, no way. Slap Sora in the face with his musical instrument. Really? Come on, man, let me steal the show. He's able to look cool while not doing very much. The Dancer looks cool while doing a lot. So, from the footage that I have, I can't really see any connection. I wish there was a connection. But if any of you see something that I missed, let me know. The Dancer is super cool, fluid, flexible, graceful. Dancer is a dancer that has it all together. And that is enough admiration for now. Thanks for watching. Please let me know what you're thinking down in the comments. Subscribe if you want to keep up to date with this series, leave a like if you enjoyed, and share the video if you think others will enjoy it too. And I will see you next time.